Hi, I'm Courtney Hines with CAD Company. I was going to make a short video on main bearing placement in the Cadillac 500, 472, 425 family. We get a lot of phone calls about, where these bearings go. And the first thing you got to realize, it's not a Chevrolet, so bearings go in different locations. Okay, let's look at where they go. Okay, one big question we get a lot of times is this is a thrust bearing here. See, it's got the thrust surface on both sides of it, and it goes right in the middle, number 3. They're numbered from the front, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, a lot of guys that are used to working on Chevrolets and other vehicles see the thrust bearing and they keep trying to cram it in number 5, but it doesn't fit. They got Chevy on the mind, I guess. So it's placed right in the middle here. Okay. Then your rear main bearing is this other wide one that has 2 grooves in it. Okay. And it's nice and wide, and that's the rear main seal. Not the main seal, but the main bearing. Number 1 is wider than 2 and 4. 2 and 4 are the same width, as you can see. Number 1 is wider, and also the cap side of the bearing is identical to the top. So you are going to see 2 holes in the top side, the cap side of it, which doesn't mean anything. They just use the same bearing. Those oil holes go nowhere. So always start, sorting through your bearings and getting the ones with the oil holes, because the oil holes have to line up with the block, or you're gonna burn them up because they can't get any oil. Now, people wonder, like, why is this, why is that? Well, I just mentioned the thrust bearing is in the middle of the crankshaft, which I think is where it ought to go, instead of one end or the other, to control, the thrust. It's crankshafts are moving in more ways than we can think. The front bearing being wider, Cadillacs came driving a lot of accessories, air conditioning, power steering, air pumps, alternator, water pump, and everything. So they decided to put a wider bearing in the front to help carry the load. And of course, we all know why the rear bearing is wider. It's because it's carrying the flex plate, torque converter, flywheel, whatever you're hanging on for drivetrain. So anyway, this is the layout of the bearings, and then 2 and 4, as you can tell, are both the narrowest ones of the bunch, and they are the same.